Good afternoon, everybody. Beach House Guy here, live with Wednesday Wisdom, with my very special guest, Eric Plage from Tampa Bay Watch. Hey, Eric.
How we doing?
How are you, man?
Very nice
Good
to meet
see
you.
Happy pre-turkey.
Yeah, absolutely.
I appreciate you taking some time today to educate us a little bit on Tampa Bay Watch, what you guys do for the environment, and learn a little bit about oyster gardens, aka reef balls, and what they do and the benefits of having them in your backyard. So take it away. First of all, tell us a little bit about Tampa Bay Watch and what you do with the organization and what they do.
Sure. So again, my name's Eric Plage. I'm an environmental specialist here at Tampa Bay Watch. This is Tampa Bay Watch. We have been around for over 25 years.
You just had your anniversary.
Yep,
Congrats.
we had our 25th anniversary. And Tampa Bay Watch is an environmental nonprofit. We do environmental restoration work and environmental education as well, about 50-50. We do a lot of living shoreline projects here in the Bay, all community volunteer based, and we have education schools from Pinellas, Hillsborough, Manatee County coming to our facility throughout the year to do labs and summer camps to really kind of help educate the youth of the area as to why the estuary is important here in Tampa Bay.
Oh yeah, for sure. All right, so tell us a little bit about these round things down here and what they are.
Sure. So my main job here at Tampa Bay Watch is in charge of the Oyster Dome program.
Okay.
An oyster dome is also known as an artificial reef ball, or these in particular are known as a low-profile reef ball.
Okay.
It's a hollow reef ball, a hollow piece of concrete weighing about anywhere from 180 to 240 pounds, and they're about 18 inches tall and about 2 feet wide. And artificial reef balls have been used all over the world for decades to create artificial reef habitat as we started to lose a lot of our living coral reefs. But we use them a little differently. We will actually put them very shallow in only about 2 to 3 feet of water, and we use them for shoreline stabilization purposes. So we have
describe that a little more.
Sure. So we have a lot of boat waking here in Tampa Bay.
Yes,
and we get a lot of erosion because of it. So
Yeah.
a lot of the mangrove shorelines and things like that are very susceptible to being scoured out, to having the mangrove trees falling over. So we, instead of putting a seawall in place, which will hold your sediment back but creates no real habitat out in front of it, we'll place these oyster domes out in front of that shoreline you're looking to protect, and it'll hold the sediment back. And the main important thing, and the reason we call them oyster domes, is they create a hard substrate that juvenile oysters floating around the bay as very small planktonic sized spat will actually glue themselves to and stay there for the rest of their lives.
Oh, interesting.
Yep. And the reason oysters are so important here in the bay is an adult oyster, when submerged, is filtering anywhere from 1 to 2 gallons of water an hour, up to 5. And the reason behind that is they are filtering food out of the water, but what they're also doing is filtering out things like pesticides, fertilizers, pollution, excess nutrients. And because of that, that allows an area that has bad water quality to be improved as more and more oysters come to the area.
That's fascinating. So there's so many benefits for these things for our environment.
Absolutely.
Wonderful. Let's take a walk down and take a look at your other key project that you're working on. So these are called vertical gardens?
So these are oyster domes.
These are oyster domes. These are the reef balls.
And we're going to be heading to check out one of our other projects called Vertical Oyster Gardens.
Okay. How long have you been with these guys?
So I have worked at Tampa Bay Watch now for 9 years.
Wow.
Yep.
What did you do prior?
Went to college and was a bartender on St. Pete Beach. So,
Where'd you work?
Woody's Waterfront Restaurant.
I love Woody.
Yeah. So this is, as I said before, our Vertical Oyster Garden program. We make our oyster domes with community volunteers here on site.
Okay.
And what happens basically is we get a lot of people very interested in helping out the cause. They want to do something off of their own private dock at their house. And they want to put oyster domes in. The problem with something like that is there's a lot of permitting involved.
Makes sense.
You're putting something on state submerged lands. So we offered them an alternative, which is the Vertical Oyster Garden. So what this does is we take recycled oyster shell that we've received in the past from local restaurants, from their raw bar basically, and we take that recycled oyster shell and actually string it on a piece of rope after letting it cure for about 6 months. And then what happens is, as that recycled oyster shell sits there suspended in the water column off of your dock, these little oysters will actually attach themselves to those shells and grow up to become full-sized oysters. So all these guys are not the shells that originally were put out. These are live oysters that have come by as little guys on the tide and actually attach themselves to it. So people can suspend these off their docks, grow 30 to 50 oysters on one of these things.
So can any single family homeowner who has waterfront property put these out on their dock or a condo community?
Yep. So Tampa Bay Watch received a Bay Mini Grant from the Tampa Bay Estuary Program to build these and actually distribute them out to homeowners for free. So
that's
anybody
fantastic.
is welcome to contact me here at Tampa Bay Watch who is interested in picking up some of these. I only ask that they come get them themselves, and then
You're not going to deliver them.
no, I'm not going to deliver them, but then they can help to clean the bay.
Wonderful. So if somebody wants to reach these, how do they get a hold of you?
They contact me at eplage, E-P-L-A-G-E, at tampabaywatch.org.
Okay. Last question for you. Tell me, I want to know what jazzes you the most when you wake up in the morning, seeing that you have this passion for what you're doing now from the change of what you did before.
Sure. I look out at my office and get to go out on the boats and get to, influence young people to decide to really work to preserve Tampa Bay, and that's kind of what gets me going in the morning.
Awesome. Thank you very much. I
Very nice
appreciate
to
it.
meet you.
Eric Plage with Tampa Bay Watch. Give them a buzz if you want some of these for your backyard home. Thank you again, Ron Goldstein, Beach House Guy, on my Wednesday Wisdom at Tampa Bay Watch. Thanks. Hope everybody has a fantastic